Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about injuries again. I've got my February injury list and it has gotten a lot bigger since last time. So let's get into it straight away because there's a lot to get through. Starting with the major ones, we've been dealt a vicious blow in February with Tom Green going down with an ACL injury. He's out for the whole year. That's shit. That's just so awful. Similar to Nick Martin in potential output for the year. They're looking for 100 plus, I think, again, but not going to be now. He's out. So do not be picking Tom Green on draft day. He's not going to do anything for you unless you want to loop someone later in the year. Same with a few others here, a few other ACLs. Jackson Archer, Jesse Motlop were on the list a couple of months ago, but Ivan Solo has joined them now. And he won't be doing anything in 2026. The ruck forward went down with an ACL injury a couple of weeks ago. And yeah, that's a year-long injury. He won't be here in 2026. Noah Long there also is out for the whole season with that knee injury. I think he had reconstruction on it or something. And yeah, they put a line through him for the whole season now. So that guy from West Coast will not be getting on the park. Could have been a decent forward option. Couple of maybes for later in the year, though, with Eric Hipwood, Jack Payne, unfortunately, going down with that knee injury as well. Could have at least been a defender that was on the park. Not sure about the output fantasy-wise, but he's out anyway, so maybe some opportunity there for some others to step up. Rookie Harley Barker might be seen later in the year, but maybe not with how Geelong plays their rookies. Darcy Jones still waiting a while to come back. Same with Josh Kelly. Jake Bowie won't be seen for a few months at least. And yeah, Blake Threadgold, another rookie there for North Melbourne. Not sure how fantasy relevant he was, but he's out with a foot injury as well. He's a pretty big guy, and yeah, foot injuries are pretty annoying. And then Sam Allen is the other rookie there that rounds out the really long-term injuries, guys. Don't be drafting any of these boys come any round this year, I think. I don't think any of these guys are too draftable. Maybe Jake Bowie or something late in your drafts, but yeah, not too soon. On to some of these other guys now. It keeps going though. 4 months away, we've still got Mark Keane. He's just gone down with that ankle injury a couple of weeks ago. Taj Houghton, had a couple of games last year. It was, hopefully going to get a bit more going this year. But he's had a hip complaint. I think he's had surgery. And he will be out for 4 months as well. So that was a really decent forward option rookie. I was hoping was going to step up this year. But we're going to have to wait a lot longer for that one. So don't be picking Taj Houghton on draft day. I picked him, I think, in one of my drafts. If you got the injury list for any of these guys, I guess you can chuck them on and leave them for later. But yeah, I won't be picking Taj Houghton too soon. Noah Ainsworth has that Achilles issue he's coming back from. A few months left for him. Jack Viney has had that surgery on his Achilles, I think, and he won't be seen for a few months. And I'm not even sure if I'll want him when he does come back. So yeah, stay away from Jack Viney on draft day. Sam Powell-Pepper still coming back from an ACL, so he's got a few months left. And Liam Henry and Will Day also up there, some big names. I think maybe Liam Henry did trail off a little bit, but I've still had a little bit of faith in him. I was hoping he'd come good this year, but it's a bit of a make or break year, and he's not getting off to a good start already, is Liam Henry. Will Day with that shoulder injury, obviously, out for a bit. I think he'll be 2 months. Maybe it's a bit longer. But yeah, Hawks midfield in a bit of a disarray with him out, but he's been out for a fair bit. So, I mean, we could have said we saw it coming, but just so unfortunate for Will Day. So annoying. Same with most of these guys, I guess. Dan Curtin, another one who was pipped to break out in the midfield, waiting for him for the next 2 months. So, yeah, midfield option though. So a little bit down my ranks anyway, but still was hoping to break out. Maybe a Jordan Dawson-esque type of season people were hoping for, but yeah, waiting a bit for him. Riley Garcia, he was already back in a bit of a lineup at the Dogs, but he's still waiting to come back from a hamstring injury. And then a few weird ones here. Not sure what's happening with these guys. Cody Waitman has been on and off forever. He's had a knee issue. He's at least been running again, but just weird one there. And Tyson Stengel and Bobby Hill again are out for indefinite period with mental health reasons. So not sure if I want to pick up any of those guys. They're all forwards as well. So forwards, like there's just a bunch off the board in that category there. And we'll be waiting a few months for a few of these guys, I think. But it keeps going here, guys. These guys are a little bit closer to coming back. Let's just go straight into it here. Adam Serra, 5 to 6 weeks with a hamstring injury. I've had a few people calling him the new Prestia, and yeah, they're not wrong. He's always up and down with his soft tissue injuries. Javan Philippou is a rookie that's out for 5 to 6 weeks. Max King has been on and off all preseason, mainly off, so he's had a setback and he's back to 5 to 6 weeks as well. Toby Bedford still coming back from I think he re-injured his hamstring, or he's still a fair bit away as well. Sam Draper, I thought he was coming back a bit sooner. I think he is doing a bit of practice now, but he's still, I don't think he'll be back until like round 3 at least in the season. So still 4 or 5 weeks away. Nick Bryan, the other ruck that Essendon, Draper used to be at Essendon. Now Nick Bryan was hoping to step up there, but he's still also a bit away. Interesting to see what happens with him when he comes back with Blackiston. I'm not sure. Hopefully, I don't know. Rucks are going to be weird anyway this year, so we'll see what happens with that setup. Jordan Ridley, another bomber that just keeps having issues, and he's had another one. Not an ACL, was it a knee injury, I think? So, he's out for a little bit more, and just one that has heaps of risk. So, I just would be putting him right down the list a bit. Definitely be waiting a bit on Jordan Ridley. Sam Taylor had that issue in the State of Origin. I think that's a hamstring issue. George Wardlaw, that was an awful one. It's not too bad, but he will not be playing at the start of the season, I don't think. And he's going to be out for 3 to 4 weeks. And he is also turning into a bit of a risky thought at the start of the season every year now. He's just always on and off the park himself. So weird one to start the year. Hopefully he can come good. Fellow North Melbourne rookie there, Taylor Goad, ruckman. I don't know if he was going to get a go, but he rolled his ankle in the preseason. Nick Hayes, veteran at Carlton, out for a little bit with an ankle issue for 3 weeks. 3 weeks. And Matthew Cottrell as well at Carlton, also out for a little bit. These guys were your D5s and F5s last year, maybe just filling in on the odd week. But not too fantasy relevant. Maybe Nick Hayes, actually. I do like Nick Hayes kicking out of the defense at Carlton. I think he's just a good 70s midfielder on his best year. So, hopefully he can come back, and I don't know, still pretty old though. So maybe better options at Carlton in a new look era. Bo McCreary's been on and off all season, and I think he's finally coming back into some kind of running and full training this preseason. So not too far off, but foot issues can be annoying. So hopefully he's okay early in the season. Brian Myers, that was a new one. He did a finger, I think, in the State of Origin as well. So just a few fallouts here. Same with Matty Rowell. A couple of fallouts from that State of Origin match. And hardcore preseason training. So some big names there too. Brian Myers is a top 5 forward in the years past. And Matt Rowell won the Brownlow last year. So huge names just missing the start of the season now. And it's getting a bit nitty gritty. Speaking of nitty gritty, a few tests now to go through. There's a lot of tests. This is just the beginning. And a weird one to start off with is Jake Saligo. He's been having heart issues, like heart murmurs or irregular heartbeats. And that's just a weird one for me. I know Ollie Wines had that. And it's just very temperamental, I think. So, I don't know what it is. So, just that risk element again. And I hope he gets on the park. He's a gun, so he needs to get in there. I reckon he's the M2 at Adelaide. But, it's just a weird one that just came up the other day. So, Jake Saligo having some weird issues. Isaac Rankin, James Peatling, Isaac Cumming, all with hamstring injuries, which is pretty annoying. They're going to be tests for round 1, but obviously Rankin's going to be out till round 3 with that suspension anyway. So, Yeah, few niggles at the Crows, and it keeps going with Ben Keys and Sid Draper having their issues this preseason. So they are just a bit touch and go, I think, for round one. Dan Houston from Collingwood, another one there, just had a bit of a hip issue. Coming closer to 30. He's had some issues last year. I think he just didn't have a good year last year, even if he wasn't having issues. So, yeah, maybe he's dropped down right down the orders. You get him for cheap on draft day, I reckon, as a bit of a sleeper, but definitely comes with that bit of risk. And Dan McStay there as well from Collingwood did his hamstring, I think, and he's been out for a while. So, yeah, he was a good forward option a couple of years ago, but yeah, we'll see if he can get on the park sooner rather than later, hopefully. But it continues, guys. There's a few more names on the list, so let's get through it here. So much risk coming into this season, but these are guys that just, I think, might be a bit touch and go for round 0 or round 1. And Isaac Quaynor continues on there. He and Darcy Moore have been a bit up and down in the preseason. I think I've seen Quaynor training a bit, but yeah, Darcy Moore has been waiting a while and just hasn't quite gotten back to it, I don't think. So just wants to touch and go. Darcy Moore, they're not too fantasy relevant. I thought Quaynor might have been something a bit more fantasy relevant at Collingwood, but I don't know, just ever since, well, forever, he just hasn't quite hit those marks, I guess, Isaac Quaynor. Sullivan Roby was running again, which was good, and doing a couple of drills, so he might be ready early in the season. He might not be in the squad, though, too early, but probably should be, in my mind. Sean Darcy is a weird one with the new ruck rules. I've talked a bit about Sean Darcy. He's just a big man, and he does well on his day, but I just don't think he has all the days in him in a year. So he's not going to play a full season in my mind, especially with the new ruck rules, especially with Luke Jackson there and now Mason Cox, a few other tall ones. I just think I'm staying away from Sean Darcy this year. I'm not touching him. So if you want to take the risk later in your drafts, maybe if you've need a good second ruck, maybe. But definitely not R1 material this year. No way. Jeremy Cameron had that arm injury still dealing with from the grand final. Hopefully he's ready for round 1 or round 0. Bailey Smith had that calf niggle apparently the other day, so he didn't play in the preseason match. So hopefully he's right for round 1, but it just came up, but he didn't play. So just a little bit of risk there maybe, but I don't see him making it to round 2, that's for sure. And probably not the second half of round 1 in most drafts. So he's still going to be a gun. Just, heard about that one just yesterday. Hopefully it comes good. Who else we got here? Yeah, Finn Callahan had that issue a couple of weeks ago in a deserted midfield now with Tom Green out and no Josh Kelly. He was the one that was going to lead it, I think, and hopefully he's going to be there for the round 0. But just a little bit of an issue for him with his hip. It's just a weird one. Hips are weird. So hopefully he can come good for round 0 as well. But that's a concern in my mind, just a little bit. Jack Ginnivan had a finger issue. Hopefully he's right for round 1. But just an issue there, a little bit of risk. Kobe McKercher, I think he's going to be okay. But another, a finger issue as well there. So pretty important, your fingers and little finicky things, So if I see finger issues, hips, or feet issues, I get a little bit annoyed and concerned, I guess. It's, real niggly things, those ones. Was it Kobe McKercher? Yeah, Riley Hardman, another one that went down. Goodness me, there were so many here. It's just been dominoes falling. I was really hoping Riley Hardman was going to be ready for round 1 and hit the ground running, but a little bit of a setback now because he really went down. It didn't look nice the other day, but people are saying he might be right for round 1 now, so fingers crossed. Jason Horne-Francis is having some issues with his foot still, and that has me a bit concerned. I was a bit concerned before, but now I'm really going to let him slide on draft day a bit. I think I'll let someone else have Jason Horne-Francis on draft day. Someone else can deal with that issue. I'm not touching that. Josh Smiley, Dion Prestia, and Nick Vlosten at the Tigers. Prestia has done another hammy. So not touching him, guys. No, do not go near Dion Prestia. No matter what the ADP says, maybe not ADP, but the projected average says, don't go with Dion Prestia. He's just a bit of a train wreck. Josh Smiley hopefully can get some games, and Nick Vlauston is pretty important. So he's definitely the most important of those three, I think. And yeah, and defense where the ball will be most of the year for Richmond, I think. So if he gets on the park, he should be good. But ankle injury for him in recent weeks puts him a bit of risk there. Jack Silvani, I think he's going to be okay for round one. He had that groin issue, but I've seen him training in a lot of footage, so I think he'll be okay. Probably should have taken him off the list, to be honest. Taylor Adams is just a weird one for me. I might even put him as indefinite because, yeah, he's had that Achilles issue, but also I just don't trust his body anymore. He's not well into his 30s, but I don't know. I don't know if he's main 23 at this stage or even anywhere near it. So, yeah, and I think he's lost that forward status as well. So, don't be touching Taylor Adams. I think he is cooked. Bailey Dale had a bit of a hamstring niggle. Fingers crossed he's okay for round one. He is a huge part of the Dogs' defense, and yeah, very fantasy relevant actually. So if he's not there, I'm not sure who's taking the kick-ins, and that could be an interesting one to monitor in the coming weeks. But I think he'll be okay for round one. Same with Adam Treloar, had that hamstring issue as well. And Lockie Carmichael had an ankle injury. And yeah, these guys are really going to be just touch and go for round one. But I think they're all on track, these guys. These are the fantasy relevant ones, at least. I think they're all going to be okay. Maybe Carmichael might not even crack into the best 23 straight away, but Dale and Treloar, pretty important, I think. And yeah, interesting to see where Treloar especially goes on draft day. I think he is still, if he's going to be on the park, he's going to get closer to 90s. But yeah, that's just the risk you run with him, though. Where do you pick him? Round 5 or 6 or earlier, later? Let me know. Brady Hoff, Jack Hutchinson, and Jack Graham round out my last of my injury list. And they're touch and go as well to start the season. I thought Brady Hoff might have been a bit longer, to be honest. But I saw some footage of him the other day, and he looked pretty good. So I think it wasn't as bad as I thought. Jack Graham, a decent forward option, you'd think. But yeah, he's getting on a bit too. And we'll see what West Coast puts out this year. I don't know if he's going to be a main part of it with all these kids now. But still, with that forward status, probably worth a shout late on draft day. Leave him. Let him slide. But maybe still top 50 forwards for the year, Jack Graham. We'll see. Well, there you have it, guys. That is my comprehensive injury list for this year. Good luck with your drafts for the coming weeks ahead. And I hope this helped you maybe identify some players who had that little bit of risk element to their game. Coming into this season, they've had just some issues, and especially those first few there, guys. Don't be touching them with a 10-foot pole. But yeah, good luck in your drafts, and enjoy drafting the healthy players and stay away from some of these guys. Thanks for watching, guys. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and come and play some Game Day Squad with me. Use the code word MONSTAR to get a few packs straight off the bat and start your fantasy card collecting journey today.